Okay, so before I start this video, I just want to give a quick shout out to Rob Talks Hockey. He is the reason I'm making this video, so let's get right into it. So today I'm going to be talking about child prodigies, just kids that outplayed their age group and went on to go play in juniors and everything like that. Just child prodigies that you could tell were special at such a young age. But first we're going to be looking at 2023 for projected first overall pick, Connor Bedard, and how dominant he was as a kid. So first we're going to look at his brick stats from when he was 10 years old. And you see a lot of future NHLers playing in the brick, like Austin Matthews, Seth Jones, Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon. They all played in the brick. And it's just a very competitive tournament for 9-10-year-olds, which is kind of funny. But when Connor Bedard was 10, he played on Team British Columbia. They're called the BC Canucks, and he put up 9 points in 6 games with 8 goals. 8 goals, 1 assist for 9 points in 6 games as a 10-year-old. I'm assuming he led his team in points, which is impressive, but considering I'm looking at the roster right now, and it doesn't look like there's any projected 2023 draft picks on that team. So it still is very impressive considering it's the Brick Tournament, and the Brick Tournament is one of the biggest tournaments in the world when it comes to developing young kids and future NHLers. So it is pretty crazy to look and see that he put up 9 points in 6 games. But an even crazier stat from his U13 days was he put up 32 points in 7 games on the draft day U13 selects, which is basically a bunch of top prospects from his age group come and they play in this tournament. And he put up 32 points in 7 games with 24 goals. That is just unseen of numbers. And yeah, but we're going to move on to the next prospect now. So now we're going to be talking about the one, the only Connor McDavid, 2015 first overall pick. Granted exceptional status into the OHL, played for the Erie Otters. He is just a phenomenal player. He was phenomenal everywhere he played. He's just so good and is a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He's just one of the best players. Not of all time. I can't say of all time, but he's definitely going to go down as a top 20, possibly top 10 player of all time, which kind of blows my mind how we're getting to see him play and, we're just not thinking about it. But we're going to be going over his stats as a child because he was a absolute child prodigy. And I'm going to be talking about his stats now. So, when Connor McDavid was 13 years old, he was playing in a AAA U16 league. And he was 13, right? He put up 209 points in 88 games. That is absolutely crazy. 209 points in 88 games with 79 goals and 130 assists. This is in a U16 league, no doubt, when he was 13. And then when he went to the OHL Cup in the same U13 season, he put up 19 points in 7 games in the OHL Cup with 11 goals and 8 assists. That is crazy. Connor McDavid was like a bona fide first overall pick in U16 days. And some child stars don't live up to the hype, but trust me, he isn't one. He lived up to the hype and made it to the NHL, played amazing. Boom. Now he is going to go down as top 15, top 10 possibly player of all time, which makes sense because he's just crazy good. Our next prospect we're going to be talking about is 2023 draft eligible Matvey Mitkov, who as a kid absolutely destroyed considering he was only 12 when he was playing in U14 Russian tournaments. And these are Russian tournaments. These are like only the top of the top kids get invited to this. But he played a cup called Team Center U14 Cup when he was 12. And this is a U14 tournament. And he put up 8 points in 5 games. Decent numbers, not the best. You can tell he's a late bloomer when it comes to absolutely destroying, because in U15 the next year, he was 13 years old. He put up 16 points in 6 games. Very, very, very impressive. Like, that's some solid stats. And then the next year, he played U15 again. He was the center. This is when he was 14. And he put up 30 points in 8 games, 20 goals, 10 assists. Absolutely mind-blowing. And then when he played U16, he was 15. And he put up 35 points in 8 games, 23 goals, 12 assists. Very, very, very good stats. And considering this guy is already locked up in Russia, he's just going to be ripping it up there for the next couple of years until he does try to make his way to the NHL. And he's just going to completely just be the next Alex Ovechkin, in my opinion. I know that's very high praise, but he's a phenomenal player, and I just wouldn't be surprised. This guy, as a U12, he was playing U12. He played in a U14 tournament in Russia. And European hockey is much different from North American hockey, so you need to understand the significance of him getting to play up. Like, in North America, our competition is crazy, crazy good, but somebody who's 12 could be playing in a 16-year-old league because they deserve it. They obviously dominated the 12-year-old leagues, but in Russia, that's unheard of. Like, it's just some crazy stuff, and we're really going to see Matvey Mitkov, Connor Bedard, Adam Fantilli. These guys are all going to come into the league and just destroy. But that's it for the video. Cider Central signing off. See ya.